Hello, everybody. It's Alex Ihama, and welcome to the Corporate University. Corporate University, as you know, is one of our latest brands, specifically to support organizations like yours, to support the corporations that we are blessed to work with, the churches, arms of the government. This is really where we get to make available to you corporate courses that we have learned over a period of time. I'm talking about courses in leadership, in strategic management, even data analytics. We have courses like executive leadership, macro perspective, and strategies for impact, influence, and excellence. We have, the psychology of sales and marketing, right? Which has enabled some organizations to increase their revenue by over 70%. And in some, we also have a program on process engineering, business intelligence. Organizations have used these programs to increase profit to the tune of over 400% in 18 months. So Corporate University, if you haven't had the opportunity to check us out, please go to School of Greatness Inc.com, School of Greatness Inc. .com. But I'm putting together this short video to encourage you. Of course, we're in trying times, we're in critical times, right? We see governments, putting forth trillions of dollars for the virus that's going on, the coronavirus, and people are losing their lives. Companies, businesses have even started closing. Employees are advised to stay at home. So these are certainly trying times. Even to inspire myself, I've had to go back to be listening to messages by Winston Churchill during the Second World War, Martin Luther King during the Civil Rights Movement, or Nelson Mandela during the apartheid. So I am actually doing a lot of all this to empower myself, so I can also empower the people, that we are blessed with, people like you. So what I want to leave you here today, literally, I want to speak to leaders. I want to speak to those in positions of authority. If you've read my book, The Mystique of Leadership, you will know that leadership is not a position of authority, but being given a position of authority is a demand on your leadership capabilities. So the questions I've been getting, is what do we do? Alex, how do we thrive in trying times? Like, how do we thrive in trying times, right? Critical times. We're in critical times, right? We're in critical times. I'm telling you, like, this is really, it could be sobering. It could be, demotivating. It could be disencouraging. But hey, there's nothing that we haven't stood the test of time. Humanity has the tenacity and the resilience to stand the test of time. But let me give you quickly 5 keys, right? 5 keys for exceptional leadership in critical times. 5 keys for exceptional leadership in critical times. And you'll find some of this in my book, the Mystique of Leadership. Number 1, if you're in a position of authority today, instead of focusing on the bottom line, you should be focusing on the bigger picture, right? What's the bigger picture? The bigger picture is the people, right? It comes down to people. Right? I know we are all concerned about the bottom line. And at the end of this video, I'm going to share some opportunities for you that will help you with the bottom line. But right now, let's talk about the 5 keys to exceptional leadership in trying times, in critical times. Number 1 is compassion. This is the time to demonstrate care and concern. This is the time to demonstrate care and concern. It may be hard on you. Maybe you've even, tested positive. Maybe you know somebody who has. Maybe you have even bigger issues than the coronavirus. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you have a mom who's dying from cancer or something like that. But it may be hard on you. But as a leader, you must act as if it's harder on the people, right? You must act as if it's harder on the people. That's what compassion means. Number 1 is compassion. Compassion, my friend. This is the time to take that CEO title or CFO title or whatever title you have, supervisor, or just open one of your drawer and put it in your drawer and become human, right? Compassion, right? So number 1 is compassion. Number 2 is communication. Number two is communication. Number two is communication. I'm telling you, if there was ever a time to share applicable information with other people, it is during critical times. It is now. Your messages must be prompt and understanding with a balance between the pros and cons of the situation. Your messages must be prompt. Right? People are already asking questions. Somebody asked me today, Alex, I work for a bank, and what are the bank doing? They're still letting us expose ourselves to customers that may have the coronavirus. You don't do that. An organization, as an organization, you don't do that. You don't allow your people to be wondering what you are doing to protect them. You don't do that. Like if you've been following me for years, for over 20 years, I've had the opportunity to teach leadership to people in different spheres of authority. I'm talking senators, high court judges, governors, billionaires and millionaires. I've had that opportunity to share, and I'm telling you, I have clients in those spheres, you know, whether they are Olympians or TV personality. You don't let people wonder what you're doing to protect them, right? Number one, compassion. Number two, communication. Number three is clarity. It must be clear, concise, to the point, right? Clarity is critical. During critical times, the mind of an average person is generating more thoughts than the usual rate. So people are thinking, people are wondering, people are confused. As a leader, my friend, you bring clarity. That's what you bring. This is the time. This is not the time to be vague. This is not the way of thinking. We could, we should, we would. No, this is the time to say, listen, we are standing firm. Here's what we're doing. 80% of our employees are currently working from home. The other 20%, we are making one or two changes immediately within 24. Like clarity, my friend, critical. Number one, compassion. Number two, communication. Number three, clarity. Number four, collaboration. Collaboration. Listen, the proof of cooperation is flexibility. The proof of cooperation is flexibility. I'm telling you right now, it is imperative for exceptional leadership in critical times. You must be flexible. This is not the time to start to negotiate what do we do here. Listen, these are critical times. For those who may be watching this 20 years from now, I'm recording this video right now, March 16, 2020. Right? And thousands of people have died from the coronavirus, and we have hundreds of thousands infected. It's growing like wildfire. Now, I'm confident that we are going to stand, we are going to resolve this. But these are keys, and these keys apply, whether it's coronavirus, whether it's during, economic downturn, it doesn't matter. These are 5 keys to exceptional leadership in critical times. Number one is compassion. Number two is communication. Number three is clarity. Number four is collaboration. You must be flexible. A leader that is inflexible is a follower with a title. That's really what it is. A leader that is inflexible is a follower with a title. The fifth one I'll leave you with is change. Right? It was Jack Welch, recently passed away of blessed memory, that said, change before you have to. Right? Organizations that follow that advice, many of them are not in a deeper situation like other people right now, right? Because they have business continuity. I remember working on a project for business continuity for one of the big banks. They spent almost $100 million to ensure that they can work from home if there was a terrorist attack, if there was a virus attack, like all these things we're faced with, right? So what's your business continuity plan? Right? If you don't have one, this is the time to do it ASAP. You know what I'm saying? This is the time to re-engineer your process. This is the time. Critical times are not times to lament. Critical times are not times to sit down. Critical times are not times to cry. Critical times are not times to keep quiet. It was Martin Luther King who once said, we can no longer be silent about the things, that matter. It's Alex Ihama from the Corporate University. Go right now, School of Greatness, Inc.com. Here's what we're doing for you. We have reduced our online courses. I'm talking courses that would certainly benefit your employees. We've reduced all of them to 25%. Like if you want your employees to learn sales and marketing, 25% off. Customer service certification program, 25% off. I'm talking like they're going to be, most of them are going to be home anyway. Most of them, even the ones that go to work, like companies are folding down, customers are hiding, they are all buying toilet paper and disinfectant and things and staying home. So these are downtime. Even though they are trying times, critical times, they're downtime, right? So some of the courses we have are fundamentals of transformational leadership, orchestrating a paradigm shift in the 21st century. We have personal leadership, developing personality and characteristics of impact, influence, and income. One executive the other day in one of the countries I visited told me, Alex, my executives, I don't even know if they understand personal leadership. Well, this is the time to take that online course right now, right? Supervisory leadership, the psychology of relationship for impact, influence, and income, managerial leadership, strategies for exponential growth in timeliness, quality, and productivity. We have executive leadership, the art of corporate strategy. We have embracing change. Come on. How about a course for all your employees on how to embrace change? How about a course like that? Literally, go right now, schoolofgreatnessinc.com. Every organization that registers within the next 3 days, I'm saying until Thursday, every organization that registers, you're going to get our 25% off. Go right now, schoolofgreatnessinc.com, register, whether it's public speaking, client management. And before I let you go, I mean, as I told you, I've been reading and listening to people like Winston Churchill, Martin Luther King, Nelson Mandela, Mother Teresa, people that, encounter trying times, Mahatma Gandhi. Like, imagine that, listening in their real voice. Here's a quotation I'm going to leave you with as I let you go, right? By Winston Churchill. He gave this during the Second World War to the parliament. He said, I have myself full confidence that if all do their duty, if nothing is neglected, and if the best arrangements are made as they are being made right now, we shall prove ourselves once again able to defend our land, to ride out the storm of war, and in this case, the storm of this virus, and to outlive the menace of tyranny. If necessary, for years, if necessary, alone. That's Winston Churchill. Listen, it's trying times, it's critical times, but these are still times we can make changes. These are still times we can be encouraging. If you are a leader, if you're in a position of authority, or if you're not in a position of authority, but this is the time for you to step up. Why? Because you are the leader you're waiting for. You're the leader the people around you are waiting for. This is your time. Right? Do not cower, do not fear, do not fail. They lie to us in psychology when they say we must fight or flight. Yes, sometimes we stand our ground. The medical professionals, the doctors, the scientists, they are trying to figure this out. So we stand our ground and be that encouragement for other people. Again, it's Alex Ihama, Corporate University, as I said, schoolofgreatnessinc.com. And go register right now. Just register. You don't need a discount code or anything. Register, and we'll get back to you and give you access to get 25% off in some of our corporate programs. God bless you.